Right fellas, you join me on another trip, and yes, as you can see, shirt is off. It is bloody hot, but we are down at Coking Farm on Meadow Lake again, and we are in peg 61 this time, as you can see behind me. Just unloaded all the van, and yes, I am bloody hot. It's absolutely roasting. I mean, to be honest with you, conditions are not with me, but we go fishing when we can, chaps, don't we? You know, so it's one of those. You know, it's a Friday. It's about 6 o'clock, something like that. Just unloaded the van and took all the gear over. I didn't need the barra, as you can see. Don't know what the sun's like, but that is, where are we? That's where we are over there. Obviously, we got a neighbour next door. That's the swim just there. I'll go more into that in a minute. But yeah, I'm just sitting in the shade for 5 minutes, and like I say, we're in peg 61, and yeah, so we've got an island in front of us. We've got a nice left-hand margin, etc. as well, chaps. So, but yeah, we've got Carp Dog Ted with us as well, and hopefully we can nick one. Like I say, she's not an easy lake, Meadow. It's probably the hardest one on site, this and Oak. And like I say, if I can nick one in these conditions, I'll be well happy. So, so yeah, we've got 3 rods out now. Everything's out. I've got the bivvy up, the rods are out. I'm just sitting behind the bloody van to get some shade, boys, you know. So, but yeah, that's the intro done. I'll take you to me swim in a minute, and we can have a look at that island and me boundaries, etc, chaps. But yeah, we're back again, as they say, Coking Farm, Meadow Lake, and peg 61. Me and Carp Dog Ted. Let's see if we can bring you guys a nice mirror or a nice comment. Right, chaps, and now we're coming to the swim itself. There's the bad boys down there. Looks like my chair's been stolen. You all right there, mate? Yeah, well, just had a bleep there on the middle rod. Be good, wouldn't it? Get a live take for you guys. But yeah, the reason why the rods are over there is so I couldn't get me stainless in the gravel. So, so yeah, we had to move them over there. But yeah, we're all good with that. Got the tips up, we're back leading. Well, back leading on 2 of them, slack lining on 1 of them. But yeah, we look at the swim itself. I mean, obviously the swim does go that way, but in this swim, none of that open water bit out there is mine at all. That's the blokes next door. So basically, if I bring the camera just to there, we'll put it there in the tripod, lovely. My boundary starts from there, that willow. Basically, I've got all of this down here. I'll take you further down, all the way to, not this willow here. You see that, like the hanging tree bits just there to there, and then a line all the way back round. You can't see it, right the way around this corner. So basically what we've done is we've started off, we've got one down this left-hand margin down here. We've got one where these branches are, because I've seen one jump just there, and then we've got another one just there. So that's where we've got the 3 rods at the moment. But yeah, that's the swim. The island itself is very, very shallow, chaps. I mean, we're looking at like 1.5 to 2 foot max, so you have to come off a little bit. I just hope that the swans don't pay me a visit, because I know they're an absolute pain in the backside here on Meadow. So, but like I say, it's the 2nd trip here. And the 1st trip, we done really well. We had 3 30s out. So if you haven't seen that video, check that one back out on the on Ben's angle. If you go back, you'll see it. Hat-trick of 30s. I think we had them up to 36.14. I even named one of them as well, because it was a new 30. So yeah, check that video out, guys. But yeah, that's what we're playing with. Like I say, it's about 6 o'clock, 6:15. And yeah, the wind's smashing down. Like I say, this is 61. The swim that you can see down the other end there is peg 70. So, but yeah, that's what we got to play with. You don't get loads of water in this swim, but you've got quite a few features, you know. So, like I say, all that open water bit out there, that is not mine at all. That is next door. So, hence why the rods are facing that way. And basically, I will be looking at that and that all weekend. So, but like I say, I have seen one just about here. He's just stuck his nut out. So we've got one over there. It's quite shallow over there as well on that island there. You have to come quite a way off just to get like 3 foot of water. But I've put that one in just under 4 foot it is. So I don't think it's actually like there. I think it's about here. It's quite a way off because all this bit here is so shallow. So but yeah, that's where we've seen one anyway. But right, looks like me Your seat's been taken. What are you doing, Ted? And what are you doing? He's already been in the drink, he has. He's already had a swim. But yeah, there's the bad boys. Oh, we're awake now, are we? We're awake now. Yeah. Got the new front on, my Tempest as well. A Christmas present for my missus. So yeah, we've got the mosquito net. Everything in there is ready to rock and roll, his bed. So yeah, it's a nice swim actually, because look, the van's just there, chaps. So yeah, we don't need a barrow on this one. But yeah, like I say, let's hope we can catch one. Like I say, it's absolutely roasting. It's probably about 28 degrees. I think if we get a bite, I think we're looking at late evening, in the night, early morning. I think we'll be lucky to get one in the day. You never know, but oh, there's one. Look, another one's just shown underneath that bush. Just another one there. So, right, anyway, that's enough from me. Have a cigarette and a cup of tea. Is he having a wind-up, chaps, or what? Look at the way he's bloody sleeping, or trying to sleep, look. How can that be comfortable, Ted? If it's not comfortable for me and you, it's comfortable for him, chaps. Does that make sense? I mean, look at him. And where am I supposed to sleep then, bruv? Carp dog Ted at his best, eh, chaps? Right, evening, chaps. And yeah, I thought we'd do a bit of an evening update. And bloody hell, my hair needs cutting. I'm starting to look like Tommy Onslow with my bloody hair, ain't I? I need to get it cut. Anyway, yeah, basically, there are stack loads of fish to the left of me. They're not in my swim. They're in the gentleman's swim further down the bank. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, there's a big southwesterly on, and they are loving it. Absolutely loving it. I mean, it's a joy watching them just jump out. I reckon I got here about, I think it was about 6 time everything was set up. Time's now about 8 o'clock, half 8. I reckon I've counted 30, 40 fish, no problem. Absolute no problem. You know, and they're the ones that I can see. I mean, the swim goes round this way, which I can't see, which is my water. Oh, it's ridiculous. You know, them ways there, chaps, you know, like when they just want to be somewhere, and they are letting everyone on this lake know where they want to be. And yeah, the gentleman, obviously there's someone in that swim now. I'm telling you now, he's on for an harvester buffet tonight, mate. He is 100% catching. I reckon he could just chuck out a bag with no bait on, and I reckon he'd get a bite. I really, there are that many down there. I reckon you cast backwards, and you're gonna have one. So whether it'll be now or in the night, like, you know, so there's that. One's gonna make a mistake for him, 100%. He is definitely on for an harvester tonight, no question about it. He's at the salad bar, you know them ways there, chaps, you know, just like bosh it on, it's all over that bowl, and it. Them ways there, telling you. And but yeah, obviously there's a boundary line between me and him, and it goes a bit further than what I actually thought. So I went round to the gentleman, spoke to him, and yeah, he was really nice. He said, yeah, mate, he said, there's the boundary line, mate, and, you know, you stick to your side, I stick to mine. I was like, yeah, sweet. But it was a lot further down than what I actually anticipated, because it goes right round here. There's a gap. So for people that are come in peg 61, there's a gap, and it's to that gap down there, which I thought it was further like this way towards me. So I reckon I've got about, I don't know, 35 yards of margin down here to my left, and that's where they are. They're there middle and on the islands, like, you know. So yeah, so basically what I've done is now, oh, I've had a bream. Yeah, all these carp jumping, and I have a bloody bream. I must admit, the carp are not necessarily in my swim. I've seen about 4 in my swim, but they are right on that boundary line. You know, it's like there's the line and they are topping line there, you know. So I just need them to, if they move up at, you know, 20 yards, oh, it's on, it's 100% on. But if they don't, we're going to be watching them. So, but yeah, what I've done is now, obviously earlier on I showed you where I was fishing. I've still got one round to this left hand margin. I've got one onto the point of the island where I showed you, but instead of having one on that other point, which was over that way, I've now moved that and put it in between the other two. So basically I've got 3 rods going into, actually I'll show you, into this channel. So that's where I was over here, around here. I've moved that rod now, and so I've got one here, I've got one right down in this bay down here, and then I've got another one in the middle here. So basically anything comes through that entrance, that's where they are. They're all down there. There's absolutely loads of them all up and down here, chaps. So, so yeah, not something that I normally do. I like to fan me rods. Let's straighten that tripod up a little bit. Yeah, I like to fan me rods, you know, try and use the water that I have, if that makes sense. But when there's that many down there, I was looking at that rod thinking, you know when you think it's a waste? You know, you chaps, you know, we've all done it before. You think, yeah, them two are on the money. And then you see a little gap where you think, oh, I can nick my third rod in there. That's what we've done. I don't know whether it's going to be too many lines. We're going to find out, aren't we? So if we get one by the morning, it's obviously worked. Like I say, it's about 8, half 8 now. You know, I would say any time from now, probably around till about 9 in the morning. Like I say, it's been blistering hot today. It's been 28, 29 today. But they are putting on a show now. I mean, the gentleman down there, I can see him, he's tearing his hair out, like, you know. It's like, he's only been here a couple of hours, like, he's probably seen about 60 shows, like, you know. So, but because obviously the bay goes further out, I can't see the ones down there, but if they're out here, they're going to be down there. There's an aerator down there as well, so the oxygen level is going to be very high in his swim. Yeah, big southwesterly. Oh, there was one, I don't know if you heard that. There was one just there. That was actually in my swim. Well, you never know, chaps, eh? You never know. But yeah, I think we'll make this the evening update. I've got 3 solid bags on. But for the people that have watched the hat-trick of 30s from Meadow on a previous show, I'm basically doing the same as that, really. So we got one on the TNT. I've got one on the squid and one on the krill. It was the krill that produced the bloody bream. But yeah, look, there's another one down there. Look, mate, there's hundreds of them, boys, you know. But yeah, like I say, so I think last time I was here, I had one on the TNT and then I had 2 on the squid. So, but we are trying the krill on another rod now. Like I say, we're proper into summertime now, and that bait should kick in now anyway. So, but I think we'll leave it there for the evening update. I'll come more onto rigs and stuff like that. But hopefully the next time you see me, I'm going to be holding one. So, well, he's definitely going to be holding one tonight, 100%, mate. You know, so. I just hope that I can get one as well. So, but yeah, I think we'll leave it there for the Friday evening update, and I'm gonna have a cup of coffee, and I'm gonna watch these fish show. So I'll catch up with you soon, chaps. Right, morning, guys, and yes, it is very, very early morning as well. I believe the time's about 4:30. And I've just had an absolute, well, left-hand rod, as you can see, slack line in it, swingers on the floor. It's absolutely cracked the blank of the rod. Rod tip's gone round, out the clip. I thought, yes, here we go. Burst out the bibby door. I've hit the rod, nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, God knows what that was. So, yeah, I thought that was it. I thought, yes, here we go. We're away. Yeah, typical. But yeah, the swinger, absolutely. You know when you hear it go crack on the blank of the rod. And yeah, out the clip. It weren't taking line, but the rod was wrapped round. I mean, I've got my bait runners on quite tight so that they can't gain anything off me. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It's it, nothing. You know when you're just so disappointed, chaps. So, so yeah, I've just got that one back out. Let's move that out for you. As you can see, the boat's down there. So I've just put that one back out in the boat. But yeah, it's very, very early doors at the moment. But yeah, no, nothing to show for my efforts at the moment. I didn't hear anything last night at all. So, like any buzzers going anyway. So I don't know whether anyone's caught. I reckon the bloke to the left though, he must have had one. There were so many in there. But I've just started to notice a few showing in that mid-water in between the islands. That ain't my water, by the way, that's the swim next doors. But yeah, I've just noticed, well, I've just been sitting here for the last 10 minutes. A few bubbles popping up out there. I've just seen 2 show out there, so who knows. But yeah, I'm absolutely gutted. You know, and you think, yes, here we go. But let's put you guys back down. But yeah, it is what it is. Like I say, it's about 4:30. Gonna get my first coffee on and gonna sit here for a few hours and just see where they are. Right fellas, well, we're coming up to about that 8 o'clock period now on the Saturday morning, and yeah, like I say, I've been up since 4 o'clock and I've seen quite a few. They're not in my swim. A shoal seems to have moved from there, not loads, but I've seen about 10 now. They're in the bloke swim to the right of me out in the open water bit, but they've stopped showing for the last hour. Like I say, I've been up since 4. It seems to be between that, I don't know, that 5 to 7 period they started having a little go, but it was the area that I see them in. But yeah, still nothing for me. And that, you know, when you start to think bite time's dwindling, you know, all carp anglers, you feel it, don't you, chaps, you know, and I'm starting to think, oh, is that a waste of a night, like, you know? So like I say, the night was very quiet. Well, I say very quiet, I was getting liners, you know, beep 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 beep, you know, pretty much most of the night, and they were definitely coming through, or something was coming through. And yeah, like I say, 4 o'clock this morning, you know, it was away. You know, the rod went down, you know, so it was out the clip. The reel weren't spinning because obviously I tightened the runners up, but the rod was bent down, you know, and I thought, yes, you know, we're away here. I hit it, absolutely nothing. I could not believe it. You know, when you just like pick the rod up and like you hit into it, nothing, didn't even feel anything. You know, so I felt well distraught. I felt like I'd just been dumped, chaps. Do you know what I mean? You know them ways there. You know, when you think to yourself, mate, you know, Faye's just dumped me. Like, you know, the world can't go on no more. You know, it's one of those. You know, it's part of carp fishing, isn't it? So, but like I say, we got the rod back out at 4 o'clock this morning, and then I've done another one at 5 o'clock, and so them two are in now for the day. I've come up right up on the island shelf now, obviously because you can use bait boats here. I've got an Echo, so I've come right up now, and there's a bush on this island here, and it's 2'9", so we're trying in there for today. But the rest of the island is so shallow, you know, so you can't go up tight to it. You know, it's literally like a foot deep, so you know you've got to come quite a way back off. And there's no cover there, you know, when you think, I don't know about that spotlight. But the right hand rod's looking pretty decent. Obviously I've still got one down this margin here. But yeah, it's just what to do with this middle rod. I've still got it on the island further down. But yeah, I've just been sitting here and I don't know what to do with it, lads, you know. But yeah, like I say, I feel distraught, chaps, you know. I just, one of those. It is what it is, and it's carp fishing, you know. Like I say, once that sun comes round, it ain't gonna be long when it gets past this tree. The jumper will be coming off, the shirt will be coming off. But yeah, like I say, I think we got half a chance today, and you know, obviously we've got these islands in front of us. It's gonna be warm. It's gonna be nearly 30 degrees, lads, you know, so it's gonna be an hot one. So like I say, I think that bite time, it's dwindling away now, so but yeah, not a lot to update at the moment. I'll go through what I'm doing and rigs and that today, but yeah, I'm hoping I'm not going to get my first coking blank, you know. So the complex has been very, very kind to me, it really has, and yeah, maybe it's starting to bite back, you know. But yeah, basically just keep my eyes peeled and see what goes on today. Like I say, I've not seen anything down there, but they've got to be down there still. I can't see why they would have moved. So, but yeah, hopefully next time you see me, I will be holding one. Look at him. All he ever does is bloody sleep. I'm doing his weight now. Ted, you look actually dead. You a good boy. Are you sleepy boy? With my bloody jumper again, aren't you? Yeah. I like that, is it, bro? Ta-da, Ted. Right then, guys. Well, it's, we're coming on to that Saturday evening period now. I believe it's about 5 o'clock. And just had a nice bit of dinner, and so has Ted. He's on my bed chair now. And yeah, it's been very, very quiet. It's just been so hot, as you can see behind me, with all the sun in the background. 29 degrees, not been the one. There has been a bite though today. The gentleman opposite, he had one. I see him land one, which was about an hour ago. So obviously hopefully that sun's going to start going down soon. Like I say, it's about 5 o'clock, but he definitely had one, so fair play that bloke. But yeah, it's not been fishing at all well. You know, you expect that in 29 degrees. I think we're all just in anticipation of that evening, night, early morning period, you know, so. But I have seen a few, I will say that, and I've seen a few in me swim now. They've just been cruising around these islands, and like I say, with the boat, and because I've got an Echo, you know, it's measuring it by the inch. So I've actually got one rod in, I think it's 2'3", and another rod now in 2'2". So yeah, I'm borderlining. I mean, I can see that they're in that water. So, but yeah, I won't go in no further because I don't think they'll probably get in there. But yeah, being that hot, we've jumped right up on the shelves now. Still got one down the edge. That's in about 3.5 foot of water. So yeah, it's just one of those chaps, you know. It's been a grueler. It really has. I mean, I will go through rigs and bait. I mean, if I catch, then I'll go through it. But yeah, obviously if I don't catch, I won't be going through it. It'll be absolutely pointless, you know. So you're not going to learn nothing from it. So what would be the point of doing it? So not like these other YouTube channels that, you know, that put out stuff and you think, well, what's the point? You know what I mean, fellas? So, but yeah, no, it is what it is. Like I say, I've had 3 bream now, so I didn't even know they were in it. Like I say, last time I come, I had an hat trick of 30s, and same tactics. And this time I've had an hat trick of bream. Now there you go. So yeah, Coking Farm is definitely biting back. But like I say, I have seen a few today, so we might have half a chance, especially when that sun dips down. But I think we're all just waiting for it, you know, them ways there. It's a grueler, isn't it, when it happens? It's horrible. Like I say, a lot of people wound in today. I think they were just walking around the complex, probably went down the shops, the cafe, you know. So, but like I say, it is around that 5 o'clock, so I would think in the next couple of hours it's going to hopefully start cooling down a bit. But like I say, if I get one, you'll be the first to know. But at the moment, a bit of a boring one for you chaps, a bit of a boring one for me. Ted slept all the way through, and you know, I had a good kip today. So had all the vents open on my bivvy. So it's a good thing about that Tempest, that 150, because it's got 4 massive vents on it, and then I've got the mosquito net as well at the front. It's yeah, it's well ventilated, so yeah, we've been all right in there today. But right, let's just see if we can catch one. Like I say, we've probably got a window of about 12-14 hours. I would say it starts from about 7 o'clock this evening, probably till about 9 o'clock in the morning. So there's your 14-hour window. Fingers crossed, chaps, fingers crossed. So, but like I say, I'll get back to you just before it gets dark and let you know what's going on. Right, well, morning guys, and yes, we have just landed one. Let's have a look at him. Oh, I'm well pleased. I lost one in the night as well. But yeah, here we go, 5 o'clock this morning. Where are we? There we are. She looks a decent one as well, doesn't she? Very nice. Nice mirror carp that. Just what the doctor ordered, that was. But yeah, let's get him straight up and we'll have a look. But yeah, right result that. Oh, I'm well happy. Right, let's get him straight up. Let's get him weighed and get some photographs. Right guys, like I said, we finally got one. So I'll go more into that in a minute. We'll have a coffee and we'll have a chat. But yeah, I've just weighed her, 33.12. And yeah, I'm over the moon. Yeah, I'm so over the moon. So yep, turned out to be a good session. Let's lift her up. Oh, come on. There we go. There she is. 33 pound and 12 ounces. So looks like she is really heavy, this fish, I can tell you that now. Proper recognisable one with that tail. But yeah, let's come back a bit. 33 pound 12. I say I also lost one as well, but But yeah, I'm an happy boy, and the roll continues at Coking. I've still not blanked. So, but yeah, we lost one as well, like I said. But oh, I'm so over the moon. Part with him, bloody free bring, and there we go. Literally an hour ago, £33.12. Let's turn her around for you guys. And there we go. And there's the other side of her. What a cracking carp that is. Yeah. God, it's a stunning carp. That looks massive, doesn't it? Yeah, £33.12 is the other side, guys. Immaculate fish, that. Oh, I'm well pleased. That's made my trip now. I'm an happy boy, eh? But yeah. Right, let's get some stills of her. And let's get this fine creature back. £33.12. Right, let's get this beautiful carp back. And there we go. £33.12. Ta-da. Lovely. Right, well, after that madness, morning guys. And yeah, sorry I didn't do an evening update last night. I was sitting out here, and yeah, I was not an happy boy. Stay on my bloody hair. I weren't an happy boy, to be fair. You know, it was I'd had 3 bring, but they were on me yesterday evening. So, but you know, when you just feel a bit downright, you know, you think, oh, is it going to happen and all that. And anyway, I jumped into bed and I put a bit of YouTube on. But yeah, the 2 o'clock, no, 2:30 this morning, Carnage happened. Right hand rod. That was the one that I thought would go. And there was a lot of fish showing out here in the middle and onto the point of this island bit. And that was the one. Anyway, 2:30, got a drop bag. You know, like you do, you think, yes, I've gone running out there. And yeah, playing it, and somehow, because I'm bat-leading, like with Meadow, the bank's got like that, so this is the margin, and then you got the middle, and then you got the shelf coming out, so it's basically like a V. So you imagine that V, that's what your line's doing when you're bat-leading. But as I'm playing it, it's gone underneath the middle rod with a bat lead. Anyway, Carnage has happened, doesn't it? So it's like a seesaw effect, isn't it? Well, you know what it's like with a barbless hook. Excuse me, sorry. You know what it's like with a barbless hook, chaps. And yeah, for anyone that's been in that position, you know who the winner is, and it's never the angler, is it? So, but yeah, and the hook pulled. I was absolutely spitting feathers, I was. I'll tell you what, I bet the bloke next door thought, bloody hell, what's going on here? So, but yeah, I was spitting feathers, I was not an happy boy. So, you know, 2:30 this morning, had 3 bring, and I've lost a carp. I weren't even going to put them back out. I thought, no, sod it. I actually got back into bed. And then it was like that 6th, 7th was like, no, Ben, do your rods. So I had to do 2 of them, redone the bags and that. So I was redoing them, I put them all back out. And then, yeah, literally, what, 2.5 hours later, 5 o'clock, it's about 5:30 now, sound like. And yeah, middle rod was tanked off, absolutely melted off. Give me a good scrap. It took out my left hand rod, but not going round the line, it just hit it. But we managed to get it out of the way. And so yeah, £33.12. It's amazing, isn't it, what one fish can do to an angler. Very, very happy. So, but yeah, it is amazing what one fish can do. It can, you know, it's a fish of a trip, or fish, not a fish of a lifetime, but certainly a good fish, £33.12. And it keeps that record up, chaps, you know, at Coking Farm. I've never blanked here yet. It has been so bloody kind to me. So we run close with this one though. So, but yeah, £33.12. So I'm gonna have a quick coffee now and a cigarette. And then I'm going to go through rigs and bait and that. Like I say, I weren't going to bother doing it because I thought, well, do I or not? I didn't know if you guys would still be interested. I mean, leave some comments below, you know. Even if I do blank, if you want me to put the video up, I don't mind, you know what I mean? So I didn't think you guys would be too much, you know, really interested in that. And, but yeah, we'll go through the rigs and baits. Like I say, if you are coming into Peg 61 on Meadow, it might, you know what I mean, give you an heads up. And it's not that if you are coming to Coking on Meadow, it's worth listening to because, like I say, it's produced 2 runs last night for me. So, but yeah, we'll have me coffee and then I'll go through rigs and bait with you. Right, fellas, like I said, I'm just going to go through the bait with you quickly. And just let you guys know what I've been doing. So I've been using the Steamies TNT. Basically that's the tiger nut and toffee, which is that one, and that's in 12 mils, that one, and 15 mil. What I've done is I've just mixed the bag up and that. But yeah, that's the tiger nut and toffee one. Comes in a beige colour, and yeah, it's a nice bait, that one. So I'll just grab a couple out for you. These are the 15s as well. I don't know if you guys can see them, but yeah, beige in colour, them ones, and that's what's been doing the damage. That's what I've had 2 bites on. That's what I've been putting in the boat. And then we got the 12 mil wafters that I've been using as well in the TNT. Like I say, that's the one that's done a lot of damage on coking, that one. Done well on the krill as well. I've had a few on the krill and the squid, but out of them all, that's the one that's done the damage on this complex. But I have caught on the others. The other thing as well that Steams are doing now is new pellet. They're the 8 millers, 8 mil pellet. I mean, that's how much I've gone through already. And then we've got some 11 mil pellet as well from Steamies. What I say, very, very good brand of pellet. They do halibut pellet, trout pellet, you name it, they do it. So, like I say, that's what we've been putting in the boat as well. It's a boiling pellet only complex, boys. You're not allowed to use particles. But yeah, like I say, using these, has done the bizzo again. 2 bites last night, and yeah, should call them the non-blankers, because like I say, at the moment they're doing the damage. So I'll get a quick close-up on these for you guys right now. And there it is, guys, like I just said, quick close-up for you guys. And like I say, you've got the 11 mil pellets there on the left, and you've got the TNT and 15s in the middle, and they're a freezer bait, they are, and they're steam chaps, they're not boiled, so it's better freshness. And then on the right hand side there, you've got some 8 mil halibuts as well. Again, just putting them in the boat, and yeah, that's done damage. And then obviously the 12 mil wafters, which are in a lovely beige colour, obviously TNT, tiger nut toffee. But yeah, that is doing the damage at the moment. So like I say, that is the one on Coking Farm. But yeah, there's a quick close-up for you guys. Just gives you an heads up for when you're coming down, on what colours and what bait to use when you next come down. Right fellas, I've just thought I'd show you the rig, and that is the exact rig, sorry, that I just caught that 33 pounder on. So you can see it's a little bit trashed, but I thought I'd just show you it before we tie another one up. So starting from the top, this is one of the Gemini booms. It's an inline one. The good thing about it is you've got the loop at the end, and for people that use solid bags, they will know the loop to loop trick. And basically what that means is you can make a lot of these up in advance, and all you got to do is loop it on and loop it off. You then come down to a 3 ounce flatliner. These are from SM Leads, and the good thing I like about these is the end bit is quite big. So when you're making your solid bag, when you're tapping down the pellets, you can actually use the lead to keep packing them pellets down to keep your bag very tight. It's a good tip, that. So when you're getting leads, look for ones that have got a big end to it, so that you can use it pretty much like a hammer as such, you know, so it keeps them pellets tight in the bag. We then come down, and we got one of my snap links that I always use, which I attach the hook length to. Then come round, we got a 4-inch braided hook length. I mean, it's not a coated one, it's just braided, that one. Excuse me. And then we come down, we got a bit of shrink tube here, just to give it a bit of a kicker so that the hook turns once it enters the fish's mouth. Then got a little bit of silicone, which just traps the hair to where I want it to be. I don't use O-rings as such. I like the silicone factor of it, because then it traps it to where I want that hair to exit the hook. And as you can see, that's a size 4 DX curving barbless. It is barbless rules here at Coking Farm, and you do get checked, so I would advise to use them, lads. And on the end of that would have been a TNT 12 mil wafter. But yeah, very basic solid bag rig, that. But that's all that you need here at Coking Farm. I don't think the fish are too massively riggy. I think the hardest bit is to try and get them to go down, due to the fact that it is a very pressured lake. But yeah, for all you solid bag lovers, a very, very basic rig, but that is what's done the 2 bites, to be fair. So but yeah, well pleased with that. Like I say, I've just got to make another rig up. As you can see, that one is a bit trashed there. I thought I'd just show you guys. Basically, it's still the same components when I'm making well. Right then, as you can see, everything behind me is packed up. You can see the van in the background there as well, fellas, and that's the beauty of Coking Farm. It's, I mean, especially on this side of the bank, your vans are parked just there, so there's no need for barriers. And it's the same on the other side. I think the vans are even closer on the other side. So, but yeah, we got like little lay-bys this side. So gentleman next door, he's gone now. So yeah, as you can see, everything is now packed up. Still got a few bits out here. We're just sitting here. Like I say, time is now, it's about 9:15, something like that. And yeah, I'm booked on till 12, so we're going to give it a couple more hours, then I'll be on the road. Like I say, most of it is packed down. It's absolutely going to be baking again today, so I've still got the rods out as well. Just had a bleep on the middle rod. But yeah, so it's going to be baking again today. I think they forecast 28 degrees today, so but yeah, overjoyed with that fish. So that has proper saved the session, that one. So he's enjoyed himself. I mean, look at the start, I don't know if you can see it. He's absolutely covered in goose shit. I don't know why I bother bathing him before he comes fishing. He's like bloody Rambo, he is. He's got that much fucking war paint on him. But yeah, he's enjoyed it. He loves it here, he does. So, but yeah, we'll see it out for the last couple of hours, and then we'll get back to you. And there's the island that we've been fishing to, and yeah, as you can see, you basically what you're looking at is what you get in this water. So like with the boundaries and that, so you get from, where are we, you get from here, you get all of this right the way round. There's like a willow branch coming into there, and then it comes back to the bank, if that makes sense. So but yeah, we've had a bite. I lost one from here and then the 33 came from here, so that's where the 2 bites have come. So, and then all the bloody bream have come down here, all 3 bream. So yeah, stay away from that area. Bream City. But yeah, that's where the bites are, like I say. And the reason for having the rod tips up as well is because I'm bat leading. It's something I always do. I always have my rod tips up in the air. It's not that, obviously when you get a few bleeps with the tips up in the air, you can tell whether it's a bite very quickly, because one of them all of a sudden ain't level, it starts dipping down. So but yeah, that's why I always have my tips up. I only do it when bat leading. I don't do it when you know, if I'm just basically going straight out to the lead. But yeah, it's wicked when you get the bite though, you know, the rod's just in half. But yeah, that's the boundary. And like I say, and the other thing as well you need to be careful of, there's some swans on here. Like I say, these islands are very, when I mean shallow, like seriously shallow. I mean in places it's like a foot. So don't go in mega tight, because you know the carp ain't gonna get in there, but the swans will. And they're not stupid, these swans. They patrol these islands, and their heads are always down, and they will clear you out and you will hook them. So just bear that in mind. So but yeah, I think they've got a couple of cygnets now as well, so yeah, it's going to be great when they get older. But yeah, that's the view from Peg 61. Lovely swim. You don't get loads and loads of water, but what you do get in snags and features and stuff like that, it makes up for it. Right then fellas, bloody hell, look at the air on it. Right, that's the end of the trip, guys. So yeah, I'm hiding behind the van door. The sun is absolutely beaming. So like I've said, it's going to be in the high 20s, and yeah, I'm stayed on till midday, but it's about 10:30, bite time's over now, so everything's packed up, as you can see, all the van's loaded. All I've got to do is open that gate and ta-da. I'm going to stop into the office quickly and see the lads. But yeah, if you could subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if there's any questions that you want to know about coking, and if I can help, I'll answer them, swim wise, etc. Yeah, by all means, throw it in the comment section, and I'll be grateful to help you. But sorry, I just keep looking down there because of Ted. But yeah, it's a lovely complex, friendly staff. They leave you alone, and yeah, I love it down there. So I'm going to go back up to the office now and see what else they've got, and go from there. But yeah, if you could subscribe, like I say, I'd be very, very grateful. And let's watch this channel grow together. Like I've said before on previous shows, I only fish at weekends, Friday to Sunday. I live in the real world. You know, I work as a roofer 5 days a week, And yeah, I fish at the hardest time pretty much like a lot of you guys will, and that's at the weekends. I mean, it's a Sunday now and there's no one here, so it'd be easy coming on now, wouldn't it, eh? You can find them, no problem. But yeah, if you could subscribe, I'd be very grateful. So I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll see you in another episode of Ben's Angle.